What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So Monday and Tuesday were some pretty hectic days with all the E3 press conferences, and I uploaded like 3 videos each of those days. It was really an awesome time. I really enjoyed making all of those videos. I hope you enjoyed watching them as well, of course. But now with E3 pretty much being done, I thought it would be good to take a look back and talk about what my game of the show was for me personally. Now at the same time, I would also of course like to know from you what was your favorite game of the show that you saw at one of the press conferences or just in the trailers that were published around that time. But for me it was actually a pretty big surprise because look, going into this E3 I thought I had my top 2 games ready, and those were Mirror's Edge 2 and Uncharted 4. Everybody who watched my videos, you know, at that point, like slightly, you know, close to E3 and stuff, everybody knew that those were the games I was looking forward to the most, and I probably still am. If I'm gonna have to be honest about it, those are the 2 games I can't wait to play. However, the funny thing is that I am not considering those to be the games of E3 for me, and that actually has a few reasons. Let's first talk about Mirror's Edge 2. Now, I was just hoping to get a full-blown trailer, see what that game was going to be all about, if it would have a big open world, multiplayer, that kind of stuff. We didn't see that. EA chose this really stupid approach to just show things like concept art and early in-game footage, prototypes, just nothing really that could get you all that excited. And so I saw Mirror's Edge 2 and I was like, yes, this game is still gonna be awesome, I can't wait to play it. I saw some differences with the previous Mirror's Edge, but it didn't, like, they didn't show me anything to really get me that excited and to really be like, yes, this is gonna be what sets Mirror's Edge 2 apart from, you know, its previous game, the previous installment. And for Uncharted 4 it was kind of like a different reason, and that was that I was hoping to see gameplay, and we didn't see that. We just got a 2-minute trailer that was awesome, but once again it was just a cutscene from the game. It gave us some information about what the game was going to be about, but nothing really concrete in terms of how the game was going to play, what the innovations were there. And yeah, I mean, all in all, it's not that that disappointed me. It's just that I don't think I should give the title of best game of E3 to a game like Uncharted 4 when they didn't show me gameplay. They just showed me a normal trailer that was based upon a cutscene in the game. And that's pretty much the point where my best game of E3 comes into play. And that game, actually against all expectations, is Far Cry 4. Now, why do I consider Far Cry 4 to be the best game of the show for me personally? I mean, we saw it at the Ubisoft press conference at first, and we got this 5-minute cutscene. That was like the first 5 minutes of the game. They said that in the press conference. Didn't show me gameplay there. That's what I was surprised and disappointed about, because I wanted to see, you know, what the game was actually gonna look like in game and stuff. But just that cutscene alone got me so excited for it. You were introduced to the new villain. I don't know his name actually now, but it's some weird, you know, Tibetan name or whatever. He's played by Troy Baker, but I mean, I just love villains like that. These psychopathic villains that are also pretty funny. Like this guy was just killing one of his own men in front of the main character and stuff. I absolutely loved that. The first 5 minutes, it got me completely sucked into it, and I can't, you know, at that point I already couldn't wait to play the game. But then it was the Sony press conference where we saw actual gameplay, and that still really surprised me and made me happy, because that's what I wanted to see ultimately, right? To see what the game looks like. And the first thing I was really surprised by is that for a cross-gen game, I mean, this game is coming out on PS3, Xbox 360, but also the Xbox One and the PS4, so pretty much on both generations. But for a cross-gen game, it still looks really, really good on the next gen. I mean, we saw PS4 gameplay there and it looked amazing. It has the setting of the city of, well, it's actually a fictional country, I believe, but it's based upon, you know, Tibet, and it's based on Nepal, the Himalayas, right? I mean, that's the Uncharted 2 setting actually. That's what I'm really into. I love, you know, those kinds of areas actually. And yeah, I mean, graphically it was a great representation of that, you know, of that region of the world. I thought it's one of the settings that I personally think are the best to have in games, and I can't wait for it. Let me just put it at that. And then the gameplay in itself. I mean, I know what I can expect from a Far Cry game. I can expect an open world with missions to do, first-person shooter gameplay. I never thought in Far Cry 3 that the first-person shooter gameplay was that outstanding or something. I mean, I enjoyed it, I like that kind of gameplay, but it's not really like it blew me away in any way, and Far Cry 4 isn't looking to be mind-blowing in the gameplay aspect either. later. But yeah, I mean, just seeing him driving a car, falling off a cliff, skydiving between these two hills, ultimately, you know, getting to like a completely new area, a new village in that whole, you know, that whole space. It looked amazing, you know, the whole traversal aspect of the game. I liked hang gliding in Far Cry 3 a lot, and here with wingsuits and hopefully with some more options. We saw this little helicopter ride. I just love that kind of stuff, and riding on elephants. Yeah, I mean, just the overall gameplay of taking down zones, following the story, which I'm sure will be pretty good once again, because I really was surprised by the Far Cry 3 stories. You know, I just thought that was pretty good actually. All in all, Far Cry 4 really surprised me. I thought it was going to be a great game from the first moment we saw that little image that they brought out when announcing the game, but the game actually blew me away, and I think that all in all, the setting, the graphics, the gameplay, and the new villain and story, all in all, just really surprised me and made me really feel like, yes, this was for me personally the best game of E3 2014. I have a clear idea of what the game is going to be about, and at the same time, I am super excited, and that's what it's really about. That's why Far Cry 4 is my best E3 game of 2014. So with that being said, I mean, I would like to know the same from you. What was your game of the show? What really blew you away or surprised you or something? And then, I mean, with that being said, hope you agreed with my pick. So let me know, you know, that kind of stuff in the comments, of course. And for now, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.